An important message that the report aims to relay is that pollution is not an individual person's problem alone, that large industries should be held responsible as well for the problem that they help create. The WWF stresses that for far too long, the burden of plastic pollution has been put in the hands of consumers, with a heavy emphasis on awareness, recycling, and cleanup operations. The organization notes that it is becoming increasingly clear that the problem of plastic in the environment needs to be tackled by all players, including producers, recyclers, and end-of-life cycle stakeholders.
So I think the key thing about this report is that it sort of opens up everyone's eyes to the fact that it's not only the consumer's responsibility to deal with the pollution, okay, it's everyone's responsibility. And that it's not a quick fix. Obviously, we need collaboration with all stakeholders, as I've mentioned. Government themselves have, already implemented policies that support a circular economy, such as the extended producer responsibility regulations. But I think, having industry take on a bit more responsibility as well would be a huge outcome for the report.
The report identifies plastic products beyond packaging that need to be given attention here in South Africa. These include sanitary towels, disposable nappies, and cigarette butts, amongst others. UP says the report also highlights this country's need for a systemic approach to tackle plastic pollution.
We need to transition from what's called a linear plastics economy to something that's more circular, right? Where we are redesigning, rethinking, reusing, repairing, and recycling our products over and over again to avoid it ending up in the environment.
UP further assess that the report reveals that interventions by environmentalists, such as beach cleanups, do not curb the pollution, as it needs to be stopped at source. He uses the recent case of nettles washing up on beaches in Cape Town to illustrate this point.
Beach cleanups are critical. They help raise awareness about the plastic pollution crisis. But unfortunately, again, not really addressing the root cause of the problem. So in South Africa, we import about 45% of plastic raw materials, which we then produce into various products and packaging. And that means that a lot of nurdles are on their way to South Africa and are imported here. So it's a consistent risk, to the marine ecosystem. So, until we have better regulation, better monitoring of not only the plastics value chain, but also how those nurdles are transported around the world, it's always going to be a problem.
Nurdles are small plastic pellets used as a raw material in the manufacture of plastic products. But their very nature, they're difficult to locate, sift through, and sort, and ultimately remove from a natural environment. Yolisa Njomela for CGTN in Johannesburg, South Africa.